Hey, this is Chuck Worley with the 757 House Whisperer. We are coming in hot this morning. Want to thank Mark Dunn for bringing us in with that rock music. That man can strum a guitar, man. I just love listening to Mark Dunn and his music. If you guys don't know him, we've been friends since 6th grade at St. Pius. Ended up going to Norfolk Catholic, and he went to Lake Taylor. I'm not sure if that's the good and then the bad. I'm not sure which way is which. But anyway, we've been friends for a long time, so I was trying to get him to help me to bring in the show, and he put those strums together for me. What'd I tell you? Like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a random text, and he's like, "Hey, I got it." And so anyway, I want to thank him for his inspiration, man. I love his music. So, hey, I want you guys to call in 757-627-7979. 627-7979. Please call in, ask your questions about the radio show. All right. So anyway, Damien is trying to get my mic right so you guys can hear me. So, all right, I'm sounding good. All right, I look really good on the radio, so I got a face for radio. So, that's perfect. That's perfect. Sure. All right. So anyway, so 627-7979. Please call in, ask your questions about your house. Houses talk to me. We are the 757 House Whisperer radio show. I created this show, brought on some good friends of mine and contractors that are really great at what they do. And what I wanted to do is put a team of experts together to basically answer your questions about your house. We got Justin at Pyramid Roofing, any roofing needs. Mike Davenport with CVP, Custom Vinyl Products, Windows tonight. Tommy Hines, the perfect home remedy guy. He's your money guy. Albin with Albin Home, remodeling and new construction. Any questions about that? Tonight, it is me, Chuck Worley, with Worley's Home Services. I do heating and air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, crawl space encapsulation, spray foam insulation, insulation, attic insulation, anything that basically I'm a building science nerd. And came up with this show, 757 House Whisperer, because there's not much about a house that I don't know or have run into. What I say is I made more mistakes than most people out there, right? So you learn from your mistakes. Oh, man, why does that happen? And then I looked it up. Like, why is this happening with the house? Why do we have water underneath the house? Why all of a sudden I got a 30-year-old house and then I got settling cracks 30 years from now, now and not 30 years ago. What's happening? And then I started looking at, why did this wall get rotted out? Oh, well, it could be because the window was not installed properly and it rotted out the wood underneath the house. So what I always did was kind of went back to the science of a house. A house is a system. It all goes together. It's all built the way it's built for a reason. And what we want to do is answer these questions by the house. My claim to fame is basically when I've been in houses for the last 30 years, I've been talking to one customer at a time, which is great. I have helped thousands of customers in the 757. I grew up in Norfolk, I've worked in Virginia Beach, I've worked in Chesapeake, I've worked on the South Side, I've worked on the peninsula, I've owned companies on both sides of the water. I am basically been in a lot of houses in the 757, and there's not a lot of problems in this area that I haven't helped people try and figure out. But since 96, which you're longer in the tooth than me, so you've been doing it longer than that. So I'm 55 this year. That was Mike, 70s, 72? You're a sexy 72. All right, so what we're doing is we've been helping one customer at a time, which is fantastic, helping these customers. But when I'm on the radio, I get somebody to call in and ask me a question, Mike and me questions. We are able to help thousands of people listening to the person calling in about that one question. So you may have a question about siding. You may have a question about windows. We're answering a question, and thousands of other people are listening, and we're able to help more than just one person. That is what I thought of, and that is why I founded this show, is I found a way to help people in my my neighborhood. This is not a nationally syndicated show. This is made for specifically the 757 customers. I am from here. I grew up here. I've been here since 6th grade. I want to help people in my area. And we have done a really good job. We've got some great compliments.
Yep.
Mike and I thought it was an average show last week, and he had 3 or 4 people call him just to tell him what a great show was. So thank you.
The information was good. They enjoyed it.
Thank you, Mr. McKee, and a couple of the other people that had said kind things about us. So, and if you know me and Mike, not a lot of people say kind things about Mike and I.
Chuck's pulling your leg.
I'm just kidding. So, hey, one thing is for sure. One thing that I really need to make clear to you guys. I don't know if you're going to have a fun time tonight listening to the show. Me and Mike are going to have a great time doing it. So, Damien, we're going to try and stop him from laughing so hard at us two fools. We have fun helping people. And this is going to be a great show tonight. Remember, 757 House Whisperers show. Mike Davenport and Chuck Worley are on tonight. Please call 627-7979. I'm going to challenge you to stump one of the smartest guys in the construction industry, Mike Davenport. You thought I was going to say me. Nope. I surround myself with people smarter than me. That's why I got Albin and Tommy and Justin on the show, because it is really cool to be able to help people in our area.
It doesn't matter what your question is, even if you don't totally understand the question. We'll help you figure it out. We'll help you get to a point where we can give you some type of answer. And if we can't answer it tonight, we're all about getting the answer and calling you back tomorrow. Over at CVP Windows and Doors, we manufacture our product right here locally
in Newport News,
coastal Virginia.
Right here.
Yeah, it's not one that's shipped in from out of town. The service is local. Al Harrington is our service guy. He will come in and take care of any service issue. Anybody that tells you they build anything that never has a service issue is not telling you the truth. You got to have somebody here to back up your team. We have all local employees that are W-2 people. If you know anything about business, that's somebody who actually works for the company, and to get a W-2 because they don't work for anybody else. We have a team of people that do the installs, and they know one thing: it better be done right. And if it's not, and you can't do it right, cut to calling the general manager, Donald Panada. He will come out. He will look at it. He'll evaluate it. We'll let the customer, hey, here's what needs to be done. You can have a contractor do it, or it looks like we can do it, whatever way works for you. But we're not going to cover it up. My partner, Barry Taylor, has been in the supply business. He's not quite as old as me. Both of us are Virginia Tech guys. But he's been in the supply business a very long time. Then he knows the ins and the outs of a window business. We do windows, exterior doors. We have a whole line of doors that you can get put into your home. And a lot of times people just want to change the front door. Or they might have one window or 2 windows that just aren't exactly right. Wood windows rot. And unfortunately, our atmosphere here, the high moisture, causes that to accelerate. So what we do is we come in and we give you the option of doing a vinyl window. It's a very high-quality window. It's accepted for use in all the major subdivisions on the peninsula and on the south side. We go down to as far as Elizabeth City, the Outer Banks. We go up into the Eastern Shore, Northern Neck, and over into the Richmond area. And all of the surrounding cities, Hampton Roads, has to offer. York County, Poquoson, Newport News, Hampton, Williamsburg. We go over to Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, Norfolk, Chesapeake. We go all the way down.
That nails
into
them all,
Pongo.
Mike.
Yeah, that's about covered.
757.
Yeah,
757.
so if you got
I got a question for you. I'm a
come
busy
on.
guy. Do I have to spend 8 hours with you in a house when you're telling me about your windows? Or are you just going to come in and...
That is one thing that I get excited about this, because a lot of people deal with, okay, they're almost afraid for the guy to come, because what happens is he gets there and he gives them a price and he says, okay, this is going to be X number of dollars. And they say, oh, I don't know. And he's been there a couple of hours after he's gone through part of his dog and pony show. And so then he said, well, let me make a phone call. And he calls somebody. He might have been calling his wife, tell her he's going to be late for dinner because he's getting ready to close the sale. He says, hey, I'm going to give you a $5,000 discount if you close it today. And unfortunately, people actually think that guy's just willing to throw away $5,000.
So you didn't like me when you first got here, but now you like me, so you can discount $5,000.
And to me, that's just like, well, golly day, because some people are just not good negotiators. And so you're going to sell me something for less money that if I'd have said, oh, man, that's a good product and I like that. And well, we don't do that. Our sales associates come out. They take some pictures. They get some rough dimensions. They ask you, well, what is it that I'm here for today? Why am I here? What can I help you with? And you might want one window done. You might want 50 windows done. And we have a replacement window that's absolutely phenomenal. It has brick molding, that's vinyl brick molding. Because when we're done, if you get the full window replacement, there's nothing about a window you got to worry about ever again. It's all vinyl. It won't rot or anything to you. Our guy will get those numbers together to be typed up. He'll be back in about 3 days, and he will sit down with you, not to pressure you. I promise you that. He will sit down with you to educate you on what is in his quote. And that way you will understand and be able to tell him questions that you have to get fully answered. And then we help you make a decision. We're educators. We're not really salespeople. We're educators. We educate the people about the window. And then from there, we help you make the proper decision. Does everybody buy windows from us? No. That just doesn't happen for anybody.
Some people believe the guy that dropped it $5,000 because they liked him.
Yeah. And it's sad when we run across people who we know have paid way too much because we know our product is substantial. It has a DP rating, that's a design pressure rating of 50. The meeting rails are reinforced with metal inside the vinyl. And the Energy Star is what we produce. And, some people don't talk about Energy Star, and the Energy Star requirements changed just in the last few months, and they're more stringent now than they used to be. So you got to get somebody that really knows what's going on. Our team is right on it every day, and they're looking to build the better product. We got a team of people. The company, Barry set up the buy of a company he was working with 21 years ago, and he bought the company. Me and 3 other people came in with him, and it's just Barry and I now. And it is exciting because we've seen the growth of the company. We produce product for local custom builders because they want a quality product for their people. I just finished a home that was well over $1 million home for a doctor in Newport News, and he used our windows. And I build houses too. You don't tell a guy when he's building a house that's over $1 million that you're going to use your window because it's your window. You let him pick what he wants. He evaluated and he selected our window because of what he saw. We have a lot of custom builders that do the same thing. They want to use the best product they can for their customer. We build houses on the water, and build houses on the water and on inland. We townhouses, apartments. We do it all because we're interested in giving the quality in the Hampton Roads area.
All right, we got a couple minutes here before the break. We got a minute to our break at 6:30. So I want to get a couple trivia questions out. I want to remind you, anybody that calls in and asks a question, you're going to get a Starbucks gift card and a $55 gift certificate from Worley's Home Services. So for any services that you need. I got 3 trivias. We're going back to the 80s, thinking about Mark Dunn today when I was doing the show. 80s music trivia. Here's the question. Who is the artist and the year of these 3? And you can only answer one question at a time. So each person that calls in gets one answer, right? So here's the trivia. 80s music. Billie Jean, Sweet Child of Mine, and Total Eclipse of the Heart. So, need the artist and the year that it came out. Those are the trivia questions. So let's see if anybody's listening tonight and wants to win a gift card. There's my man. So, good.
Yeah. Real quick break, and we'll be right back right here on this live show. We're talking 757 House Whisperer. Now, for more information, make sure you call directly to 757-955-9415 and join us after the quick break. Or also go online to 757housewhisperer.com. 757housewhisperer.com. Again, 757-955-9415. And we'll return right after the quick break right here on News Talk 790 WNIS.
First Choice Pest Control. We're your local family-owned defenders in the battle against pests. And right now, we're offering a whopping 15% off any termite treatment. Yep, you heard it right, 15%. Always wanted a team that'll literally kill for your business? Well, look no further. Our free estimates mean you can consult with one of our professionals and start protecting your home or business today. Don't wait for the termite takeover. Call First Choice Pest Control now at 757-892-4101 to claim your free estimate and save 15% on termite treatments. Your home deserves the best defense, and with First Choice, pests don't stand a chance. Local family-owned defenders in the battle against pests. Get 15% off now and a free estimate by calling 757-892-4101. Don't wait. Call First Choice Pest Control. We'll kill for your home or business. 757-892-4101.
This is the time of year to enjoy life. Stop letting that pain in your joints keep you from doing what you want to do this spring. Call QC Kinetics today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. It's a fact. QC Kinetics is literally transforming lives. Their advanced treatment harnesses your body's own ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissues. Pro athletes have been doing this for decades, but now this life-changing treatment is available for you. You can walk, run, climb stairs, play golf, and move again, pain-free. No pain pills, no risky surgery. This is an all-natural solution. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have reclaimed their mobility. Take action now. Live your best life this spring and summer. It's a great use of your tax refund check, by the way. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 757-914-7246. 757-914-PAIN.
You know you're in luck when you see the yellow truck from Pyramid Roofing.
Stop roof leaks before they happen. Gain peace of mind with a new roof from Pyramid Roofing that comes with a lifetime guarantee. For Hampton Road's most trusted roofer, call the experts with the bright yellow trucks today at 757-351-2555 or visit pyramidroofing.com.
You know you're in luck when you see the yellow truck from Pyramid Roofing.
Did you buy your home a year or two ago? You love your home. You got a great interest rate on your home, and now you have to move. Selling's not your only option. Hello, my name is Dawn Crawford Peebles with RE/MAX Alliance. I've been doing both sales and property management for over 25 years, and I would love to have the opportunity to meet with you to go over all of your real estate options. Call me today at 757-503-4829 or email me at dawncrawford757@gmail.com.
All right, well, let's take Eric in Virginia Beach. We got a caller.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
What's up, Mr. Eric?
It's another day in paradise.
What can we do for you tonight?
Well, you got to have some harder trivia questions than that, right?
I was trying to make it easy. I was hoping that people were not up on the 80s music like me. I did pick one hard one. I felt like Total Eclipse of the Heart was not a normal. I mean, everybody knew the song, but I'm not sure everybody knew the singer. I didn't.
Yeah, but they know.
I had to look it
know
up.
Google.
They do know Go. I did have to GTS that one.
So
So, what you got for us?
So Billie Jean, Michael Jackson, 1983.
You can only answer one. You can only answer one. 'Cause
All right.
we got other people calling in.
All right. Has anybody already answered that one?
Nope, nobody answered that one. Nobody
All right.
answered that one. That was so you got any issues with your house? Any problems with your house you need us to help you with?
Nothing that Worley's isn't already helping me with.
Who is this?
Eric Markland.
Hey, my man, Norfolk Catholic. Woo woo. That's were you
Norfolk
85 or 80? You were 86.
86.
You were 86. I was in 1987, which some of the people out here know. But yes, the NCHS alumni.
After listening to him talk about windows, if I wouldn't have replaced them 4 years ago, I would need some windows.
Well, he would be your man.
What about your front door, man? We do doors too.
He can.
Yeah, I got a front door about 5 years ago too, but it's Home Depot, so maybe I'll look it up. Maybe I'll look you up.
Okay,
definitely,
hey, give us a call. Our guys come out. We use Therma-Tru doors mainly. Our guys will come out. They give you a price. We turnkey the whole thing, and you come home that night and the door's in the hole.
I got to make it look. I got to make it look pretty for it so I can sell it and go into my retirement home.
Yeah, daggone right. Yeah, you've had some all kinds of fun stuff happening at your house. You had 3.
I had electrical, plumbing, rats.
Yeah, that was a rough. Those are some rough pictures. He had the bat phone. He was sending me pictures. I was like, oh, good gracious. Yeah, but we're gonna get rid of those for Mary. We're gonna make sure they don't come back. We're gonna plug up them holes because I don't want her hurting me or you. So
that's right.
All right. Well, hey man, thanks for calling in. I appreciate the business.
All right, thanks guys for everything you do. Great public service.
All right, thank you,
Take
sir.
care, man.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
You want to wait till just? All right. Hey, Juanita in Newport News. How are you doing this evening?
Juanita, do us a favor. Listen to the program through your phone, not on the radio.
Or turn it down.
Well,
Oh, there you are.
need to
There
turn
you
it
are.
down.
Yeah, I was listening to it on the radio, but no, I could hear it on the phone.
Sure. What's on your mind?
Oh, can you? I have a house that was built in 1963, and I think it has aluminum siding. Can you paint over that, or do you have to put new siding up?
You can paint over aluminum siding. It needs to be prepped properly, very thoroughly cleaned and what have you. But remember one thing, the aluminum siding moves it just a little bit, but where the overlap joints are, and you paint it, and then you may have the aluminum move, and you have a small little streak where the joint is. But it can be painted, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know for sure. Somebody told me that you couldn't paint it, that you had to put new siding up.
I mean,
That's good.
obviously that's the long-term solution, right? So the long-term solution is to replace it. I just had mine done. I had aluminum siding. I had a 1936 farmhouse and all the joys of a 1936 farmhouse. So it's I'm telling you, I could send you pictures of my house. It looks, I mean, the whole
Totally
house
different.
Transformed. I mean,
You
and like
had
I
it
said,
repainted, right? You had to repaint it or replace?
No, we replaced it.
Okay.
Yeah, we just pulled it down and replaced it. It was life changing. My fiance is not going to leave anymore, so she loves the house. It really does change the look of your whole house. So go ahead. Well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah. No, and everybody stick through the break. We'll be right back here with more 757 House Whisperer. For more info, go to the website 757housewhisperer.com and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Chuck Worley with the 757 House Whisperer Show. Please call in 627-7979. Call in with any questions about your house. I'm going to go over the trivia questions we already passed out. We got Billie Jean was Michael Jackson in 1983. But here's the question. The other two 80s music songs, Sweet Child of Mine and Total Eclipse of the Heart. So what we're looking for is the artist and the year it came out. So the artist and the year it came out of Total Eclipse of the Heart and then Sweet Child of Mine. Friend of mine, Eric Markland from Norfolk Catholic High School alum, came up with Billie Jean. I think he knew all three, but I didn't let him answer.
You didn't let him have it.
I couldn't let him have all the fun. You know, we got to have somebody else out here to get some fun. So remember, anybody that calls in gets a Starbucks gift card and a $55 gift certificate to use towards any of our services. So help others by calling in and asking questions about your house, because we can answer anything about the house. I do want to talk more about Miss Juanita. She had a great question about siding. I think there's more that we can expand on about siding. I told her earlier that I just had all my siding replaced on my house, and it was a fiasco because I pulled off this 1936 aluminum siding, and it's not. A friend of mine told me only the lucky people see the leak.
Yeah.
So that quote goes a long time, because when I pulled off the siding off the side of my house, the literally 2 or 3 windows, there was like all the water was just rotted out underneath. Obviously, in 1936, they didn't use y'all to install those windows because they were all rotted out. Mike saw the pictures, came by and saw the house, and obviously he's putting in some windows for us. And you just don't know what you don't know. You were talking about the siding moving and adjusting. I mean, since 1936, it has obviously moved and adjusted a lot. It could have been, the gutters are brand new now, but they weren't brand new last year.
It's gutters.
Everything rotted out. I mean,
get
everything.
leaks that you don't even know you've got, just due to simple things like keeping things caulked up like they're supposed to be. And when they start occurring, before you know it, they're major because they get in behind the sheathing and cause all kinds of rot behind the wall.
So you're saying if I used caulk, I could have saved my aluminum siding?
I think that thing was shot when you got there.
I moved to the farm in 2001.
In
No, I bought that house in 2001. I got a little farm over in Yorktown, and it is in Tab, Virginia. It is an amazing property. Bought it for nothing, and I'm not moving. So it's great. But I finally started fixing up the house, and one of the first things we did is remove this siding. I thought about painting it, but then I figured my fiance would not stay with me, so I figured, no, I better make it look nice. So she wants to come live on the farm. So, but no, we removed it all, and it was amazing to me. And I've been doing construction for a long time, that how much damage was done in that you just don't know what's happening behind sheetrock. You don't know what's happening behind siding. But definitely, if you do have that issue with siding, you definitely want to give us a call. It looks like, Juanita called us back.
She got an answer for a trivia. Come on, Juanita.
Miss Juanita. Hey, I forgot to ask you, do you have a trivia question answer?
Yes, I do. Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler, 1983.
That is it. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That is a great song. I really.
Yes, it is good. I should have said that before I asked my question.
I didn't. You should. Well, we were talking some more about siding issues. We definitely can help you with that. And whether you want to paint it or you want to remove it and put some new stuff on, we can get somebody out there to help you and take a look at it. But thank you for calling back. I felt bad after you hung up. I'm like, oh, man, I forgot to ask her if she had a trivia question answer. But thank you for calling in again.
I'm still driving.
Get home safe.
Yeah, get home safe. Thank you. All right, you want to pick up Mr. Frank? Hey, Frank. Is this Frank in Newport News?
It is, Chuck. How you doing?
I am doing well. What can we do for you?
Well, I got a question for you.
All right.
And I did my trim on my house several years back, and I just got some guys out there that said they had a break, and they bought some bows.
I think I know where this is going, Frank.
And right now, all my trim is peeling and coming off, and all this. All trim the same. Does the installer make a difference? What's the problem?
Are you talking about you got metal wrapping everything and the paint's coming off the metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the metal. The
Is it just
unfortunately,
a quality
there's
of
a
the
quality
metal? That's the
quality
of the
deal
metal.
going on there. Unfortunately, buddy, sometimes the cheapest price isn't always the best deal. Normally, I mean, in the window business, we never tell people we're going to be the cheapest guy in town because we don't want to be that guy. We want to give you a quality product, and cheap and quality don't come in the same sentence.
What's the three things you can't get in the same? It's cheap, quality, and fast.
Fast.
So you can only have two of the three.
Yeah.
So fast and cheap, or cheap and it's all the combination. But you can only ever have two of the three. Someone told me that probably 10 years ago, and I never forgot that. I was like, man, that's I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty
So
accurate.
Unfortunately,
So what does he do? Can he paint it?
You can paint it, but I mean it's going to want to peel. You'd have to take off the paint that's there, and because otherwise, if you don't start off with a clean surface, it's just going to keep it up. Did you get any other prices, or were they the only people you got a price from?
Well, it was it was the only thing I got a price.
Did you buy the aluminum?
No, he did. He bought
did.
it from Lowe's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, buddy, it's unfortunate. It really is. And like I say, you can always wrap it again, but it's just one of those things though. It's kind of good money after.
So if
bad.
it was to paint it, how long do you think it would last?
That really depends on how well it's cleaned and prepped.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's the same of any
And I'll
paint.
write it down.
That's the same.
I'm gonna write it down in my book.
That is a great answer. Because
Tell me, it is a great answer, isn't it?
yeah, no, I had a friend of mine that was a painter, and I had referred somebody over to him, and they had somebody. It was like a $5,000 paint job, and my friend goes over there, and it's $15,000. I said, dude, how in the hell excuse my French, how in the world did you, how are you that far apart? He's like, well, that guy told the lady that he'd be done in 2 days. I said, okay. So he said, $2,500 a day. He's making a ton of money. He's like, I'm going to be there 2 weeks. The first 5 days, all I'm doing is
prepping.
scraping, sandpapering, scraping, wire brushing. For the first 5 days, all I'm going to be doing is taking the paint off of her house. And I went, okay. And he said, then it's going to take me 5 days to paint it, not 2 days. And I went, okay, well, even if you do it per day, he made less money per day, right?
Yeah.
It really made sense to me because the paint might have been a couple dollars cheaper. I don't know what, if it was the same paint or whatever. But that kind of eye-opened me to, it's not the paint that's going to peel, it's the prep that's going to peel.
You spend more time prepping, and then you get a good quality painter and a good quality paint.
That kind of falls into one of those you buy it done nice or you're going to buy it twice sort of thing.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
good too. I'm going to write that down. See, listen to all these Ask the Expert show. You really do learn a lot in here.
A little this, a little that. Yeah. It takes a while, even with a hard head like mine.
Exactly.
Well, what kind of solution can y'all offer me?
The two solutions would be, I guess you could scrape it, paint it, and then
scraping it all the way
replace it.
down, cleaning it really well, and then applying.
But with the labor of that,
it's
it
gonna
might
be a lot. But
it
I mean,
might
if
be
you don't-
cheaper to replace the damn
Well,
thing.
you got to check out both options.
Okay.
And the
Or you
heat
get a
gun-
dump truck full of play sand and somebody with a sandblaster. Is that an option?
Yeah, well, sandblaster is an option, but you got to be careful around the
'Cause you
shingles
hurt
and the roof
everything
line and
else,
stuff
yeah.
because that'll eat them up. But if you can use a heat gun, that should make it peel off as well.
Oh, yeah,
Heat it and peel it. But the main thing is that you got to get that surface ready or you just got to bite the bullet and have it done with a quality piece of material that it won't happen again. In some of the houses I build, the cornice and soffits are wrapped, and I've never had somebody call me back, knock on wood. I got a piece of wood right here.
There you go.
Because you don't want to jinx yourself. But, it is something that you need to plan ahead. You need to make sure you got the right guy doing it. And sometimes the wrong guy will talk you into it. So you got to be really careful.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Well, thanks for calling in, Frank. We appreciate the call.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, shoot. We forgot to ask him the trivia question. But looks like we got somebody else for the last trivia call. Is Eric in Chesapeake. Eric in Chesapeake, you got the last trivia question.
Yes, I do. It's Guns N' Roses.
What's the year?
Oh, 1987.
Okay. It looks like we got all the trivias tonight. So you got any issues with your house or anything in the past or any – we love to hear bad contractor stories, because
I could use the new roof. Some of the shingles are coming off. We got a lot of wind down here in Virginia Beach.
That is a
Well,
very
Justin
accurate.
can handle that job for you.
Yeah, Justin can I'll have him give you a call tomorrow.
All right. I was told not to put a roof on the existing roof to make sure that the roofing company removes all the old materials first.
That is correct.
Yep.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Actually,
Yep.
Justin was on. He'll be on next week if you want to listen next week too. But Justin talked about. We were joking about how many layers can you take? How many layers is legally possible for you to put on in the state of Virginia? And I think 3 is. Did he say 4? Did he say he heard 4?
4. I mean, somebody might have done 4, but that would not be recommended at all.
Yeah, so we were kind of joking about how many layers, has somebody ignorantly put on.
Yeah, because
into a house.
what you got to remember is the more layers you put on there, the more weight that's on that roof, and the more
holes.
stress and strain it's going to be putting on that roof.
And the more holes.
All the nails.
Each layer, 3 layers, you got 3, was it?
You got to use longer
3
nails.
nails.
More layers
you got to
get.
use longer nails. So, hey, I mean, how can this end badly? I mean, you're putting more nails into a roof. But yeah, so Justin would never do that. He would pull every single layer that you have on. And like I said, anybody that doesn't know this, and thank you for asking that question because you really are helping other people learn more about their roof and about their house. And some people don't even know that you can't. I mean, because any roofer that you have out there, they could just come on and just say, "Hey, yeah, I can put another layer on," until they hear us on the radio say, "No, you can't." I mean, you can. But it is not wise, right? So we want to do the job one time, right? So the right thing to do is to pull all the shingles off the roof, put down the tar paper, put down.
Well, you got to pull all the shingles off, pull the tar paper off. You got to check for any existing damage that is not evident.
Like we were talking with my siding.
Exactly.
I didn't know what was behind my siding until I pulled my siding off.
We pull
the
windows
roof is
out.
the same way.
Yeah, we pull windows out of jobs all the time. That the wall behind that window is history. And, people don't even have an idea. And so
it could be termites. It could be just water. I mean,
anything.
Termites would be attracted to wet wood.
And
like
what you
crazy.
want is a guy that's going to come in there, do the job, not try to hide the damage, just to throw something in real quick and get it done. We did some stuff for Bob Bunting out in Virginia Beach about 7-8 years ago. And we were replacing he wanted a impact-resistant door, which we did for him. He lives on Atlantic Avenue, Virginia Beach. And he had a side door. I said, "You want to do that?" And he said, "Yeah, let's do that." Well, my guys took the door out. They called me. I was in Williamsburg, drove back to Virginia Beach, and another local big box store. I almost said the name, and that wouldn't be nice. But anyway.
Be accurate.
They hire their guys. They're subcontractors. They get paid so much a door to stick it in the hole.
So when you got a subcontractor, do you look for the highest subcontractor or the
you're
cheapest
looking for the
labor
best deal
possible?
you can get.
Right.
And if he finds a problem, like when that door came out, it was rot. I mean, unreal rot, black rot. Been there a long time. And Bob says, "Oh, did all that happen since I had that door put in 8 years?" I said, "No, sir, it was there." But that guy got paid X dollars to do a door. And as long as you weren't there seeing it, he stuck that door in the hole.
How fast do you think he did it?
Oh, yeah, he was quick that day. My guys stopped dead in their tracks. They call their supervisor. They evaluate it. They tell him what they see. They send him pictures. We're not sticking a door in a hole like that. It's just not good business, and it's not morally good way to be either.
So character, integrity, and always do the right thing.
Yeah.
Those are the things that my dad raised me at. The old Navy chief in Norfolk.
When they pull the old roofing materials off, do they put some kind of sealant on the wood to plug up any existing holes?
No, what they normally do, buddy, is if they find a piece of plywood that's bad, is they will take that piece of plywood up and put a new piece of plywood down. When you do an agreement, I know Justin and Pyramid Roofing do this all the time. They will put down a price in their agreement, how much it's going to be to replace each piece of plywood that they find that's bad.
4x8 sheet.
Yeah,
right?
4x8 sheet.
Or whatever.
And they will tell you how much that's going to be.
Up front.
They will show you, oh, yeah, it'll be in your agreement. If I find one, I find two, it's per piece. And they will tell you in that agreement. And then when they take everything off, they'll say, hey, sometimes you want to go up there. Today, with all our fancy camera phones, they can take a picture of it. They can come down and show it to you. But you want to make sure that when they got everything off, that any questionable pieces of plywood are replaced. And then they put down the new felt. They put down, matter of fact, they got some products out now that are way blow doors on the felt. They're really good stuff. They put the shingles down. They'll clean up, make sure everything's complete. When they leave, you want to make sure that they don't leave your yard full of nails. You might have a dog or a cat or a young child.
Or a tire.
Or a tire. Yeah, you want to make sure all that's cleaned up properly.
What do you think about these metal roofs they're pushing now?
I mean, they're great.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
Justin
good, but
can do
they're
those
expensive.
too, but they are not the cheapest option. I mean, I've got a barn. I think you heard me earlier. I got a little 5-acre farm in Yorktown, and I painted my metal roof because I was not trying to replace that bad boy. But they're great. I mean, they're super. I mean, they last, 100 years? I mean, it's crazy.
They're
It's
good
like,
for you if you keep
it's
them
like
maintained.
Slate. Yeah, it's like Slate. You know, it lasts forever. But anybody that knows Slate, that's not a cheap roof. But it's a forever roof. I mean, it's a 100-year roof, you know. So you get what you pay for, I guess.
Yep,
You know, that
that's what it
product
boils
is
down
a
to.
great product. The metal roofs look fantastic. I think Justin was talking to a customer a couple weeks ago that out in, I think she was in Ivor or Waverly,
yeah,
and they were talking about, you know, metal roofs out there because everybody has metal roofs out there, and they're great, you know.
Yep.
But you got to remember those metal roofs that are out in Waverly. They've been there 100 years.
Yeah.
So they probably just didn't put a new one on, you know. So, but metal roofs are fantastic. They last forever. Great warranties on them. And I know Pyramid can definitely, whatever they do, they're going to back it up. They're going to do a great job for you.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the gift card.
You're
for the
welcome.
call.
I will shoot that off to you. And thanks for answering the trivia question.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
You too. Take care, man.
I was going to talk about it. We got a little time left here. I had a customer that I went out and saw a couple weeks ago that I wanted to talk about the building science. While it's still a little bit cold, even though it's 68 degrees today or 67 degrees today, it is still the wintertime. We had a building science. I've told you all I'm kind of a building science nerd. When it comes to houses and fixing houses and stuff. Most people know what a Cape Cod house is. It's a small house, most of the time, Norfolk, Newport News, Hampton probably. But they're smaller houses, 1960s probably was the...
Earlier than that, normally.
Was it 50s?
They started after the end of the World War II, guys coming back, and they were built with normally 2 bedrooms up and 1 bedroom down, a living room and a kitchen, no garage.
That's right. So about 1,200, 1,400.
Yeah, 1,200 square foot.
Yeah, 1,200 square foot is about the average house. But at Cape Cod, so it has attics going down both sides of the house. So you have a little salt knee wall door on the back side of the house or the front side of the house. So you actually have 3 attics, sometimes 2 attics on the second floor. Most people, if they have a normal house that's built like it is today, you have an attic above you. Well, with these Cape Cod houses, you had an attic beside you on the side of the house and on top. So do you think that makes the second floor cooler or hotter in the summertime? Answer is ding, ding, ding. Obviously warmer.
Yeah, it's going to be hotter.
It's 1,000 friggin' degrees, in these houses. So we had a customer that had a 2-ton system. So a 2-ton system normally handles about 1,200 square foot house. This house was more closer to 1,500, 1,550. So the 2-ton unit was really struggling and never kept up, especially on the second floor. It's a 2-story house, right? So he was trying to get me to just replace this 2-ton unit, and I knew it wasn't big enough. You're going to need, we do load calculations and CAD drawings and duct design, and these cities are really starting to require stuff a lot more detailed, stuff I've been doing all the way back to 2001. Mike can attest to it. He's seen my CAD drawings and load calculations back in 2001 before it was cool. Most guys kind of hold up the thumbs. Oh, I need a duct here, a duct here, a duct there, a duct there. We'd always, all the way back to when I first started my company in 2001, done CAD designs and duct designs and trained my guys, hey, this is CFM. This is how much airflow. We have airflow hoods that actually can justify how much air is coming into the house. Well, anyway, what we recommended to them was actually spray foaming the knee wall and spray foaming and sealing all the cracks in the house, and then blowing in cellulose up into the attic. That would help us to where we wouldn't necessarily have to put a 3-ton unit in the house. We could get away with a 2.5-ton system and motorized dampers. So we'd have a thermostat upstairs and a thermostat downstairs so that they were actually comfortable in their own home. So these are the types of crazy jobs that we get asked to come on, and we're just not going to slap a system in your house. We're going to do it right, or we're just going to walk away. I'll let somebody else screw it up, and we'll come back and fix it.
Yep.
All right, do it right. All right. So thank you again for joining the 757 House Whisperers show. Please join us. Put a reminder in your phone. 6 o'clock every Wednesday night. We are here for you. So please call in. 757-955-9415. Call us anytime. Thank you very much.
The preceding program was sponsored and paid for by Worley Home Services, who's entirely responsible for its content.